Welcome back. So in today's video we're going to be removing these, my old side repeaters, and we're going to be installing these. So let's get into it. So I actually got these from Litech UK. Big shout out to them and Andrew from the team. Now obviously they come boxed, but what we're going to do is we're just going to fit these, but I'm going to kind of do a bit of a detailed instruction on fitting them, just because there's a couple of little points that you potentially could miss if you just fit them quick time. We're going to try and do the best job we can. So let's move on now and start fitting these. Okay, so these ones are the smoked, flowing, sequential, dynamic LEDs. A bit of a mouthful, but I will put the links to this item below in the description box below, so please feel free to check it out. Get over there, check these guys out, they do make a great product. These do come with a 2-year UK warranty as well, so I mean, you know, what else can you ask for? If you take them out of the box, this is what you're going to get. So it's got all the DOT approved stamping and stuff on it for regulations. Please note that there's a hook part here which goes into the panel itself behind the metal panel work of the van, and then you've got a spring loaded part here. That's very important. Now mine come out easier from the front backwards. You might find it slightly different to yours, so please be careful. One thing I would recommend is to take your time. Do not rush, because you don't want to be scratching the panel, you don't want to be scratching the van at all really, so don't rush this. You need yourself a trim tool. Now you can get a set, like a red trim tool set. Basically the thinner the better for this, quite a narrow tip. You can get the double opened ones, which work quite well as well. It's not as thin as I'd potentially like, but I've already got this one, so that's something unfortunately you're going to have to get, but they're cheap. People have previously used, like, you know, you can use your credit card and things like that, but I'm not going to promote that on this video. That's completely up to you. Just bear in mind you do risk scratching the panel. If you are worried about it, all it takes is a little bit of tape. Put the tape down into the crevice like that. Okay, yet again, bear in mind, consider your paintwork. If your van's been painted before, don't necessarily use high tacky tape. I'm going to be coming in from the front. Like I said, sometimes if they've potentially been pulling backwards, you might find that yours come out easier from this side. I'm going to be coming in from this side, and simply all I do is I push in between the panel and the side repeater itself, like that. So depending on how good these have been fitted or what make, whether they're factory or aftermarket, depends on how strong they will be into the panel itself. You can see that took a little bit of force, so I definitely recommend a strip of tape if you are concerned. So now you'll see this is really dirty now under here. This rubber boot here, this is a waterproof seal, so that just simply pulls out like that. So this little bulb here pulls out like that. You're left with just the housing like that with the two terminals inside. This here is quite dirty, so I'm just going to quickly clean that up. Just simply using some panel wipe for this. You can use just some car wash, or you know, just some soapy water, but just be careful to use the right stuff really. There's a lot of moss and grime that gets under here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get the new part, which is this. You will see the terminals on the old bulb are like that. This new unit has the light wiring coming out the back, and they replace that. So they basically, this plugs in the same as the way the old bulb did. So it basically just pushes in like that. Fits really well. One thing you want to do now is, I've noticed before people just fit it now. That's not good, because you're going to get water ingress in here. You need the waterproof seal back on. So what you have to do is persuade the two wires back into inside like that, and then push the boot all the way over, and then that is now back water sealed, tight. It's not going to cause you any more problems in the future. One thing I'd recommend, guys, is I'd probably say put your hazards on now to make sure that you are going to be installing this the correct way, because the LED dynamic sweep will go back, not forwards. So let's do that. Okay, so as you can see, look, that's the wrong way. You can also reference that it clips in there and the spring load is there, but this, yet again, I've seen completely different ones where the springs at the back, springs at the front, so you have to kind of like work with what you find. I did mention it before, but these two hooks here, you hook into the panel first, so you kind of go like that, and then you spring it in. Bit of pressure, just slowly push it in like that until it clips in. I have seen people whacking it before. That's fine if you want to do it that way, that's fine. I don't recommend that because you're putting a lot of impact on potentially a fairly weak part of the panel. Simply just push it in gently until you hear that audible click. But that's solid, guys, that's not going anywhere. Look at that. That is a big difference. So what we'll do now is, I'll wait, we're going to switch over to night time so we can see what these illuminate like at night. So this is it at night. Look at that. That is bright, to be fair. Yeah, that's cool, that. Yeah, that's smart. I highly recommend them. Like I've mentioned, the links to where you can get these from off eBay are below in the description box below. So please feel free to check it out if that's something that interests you. The build's coming back up. It's going to be more regular videos. I've got to get the interior done, got to get some cupboards sorted, beds, etc, etc. Please hit that like button, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.